Oh, my word, it's a cattail. Achilles, give us the boop. Start the video with the boop. You must give a boop to me. Yeah, right. I see how it is. What's going on, guys? My name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel. It's time for another episode of Wednesday Afternoon Worship. We've got enough patron requests to fill the collection plate. I decided I would take this one first because, well, to be honest with you, we kind of botched the Kyrgyz one, didn't we, Rantfield? That's on me. So this time, we're talking about, at the request again of Mr. Rantfield, none other than Milani. If you're liking what you're seeing, like, subscribe, ding the bell. Achilles, can I just get one boop onto? This is what I have to live with. And subscribe for all of your Pathfinder 1st and 2nd edition notifications and stuff, and to watch my cat hate me forever today. This episode of Wednesday Afternoon Worship was brought to you in part by our very newest patron, Mr. Joe Chu. Thanks so much for your support, my friend. Everyone, meet the man responsible for me making funny goblin voices. Yeah, this is the dude that hit me up on Facebook and said, hey, you're good at that. Keep doing that. Anyway, let's hit it. Okay, so on planet Earth, there are several deities, powerful figures, etc., that when we think of freedom come to our minds. If nothing else, well, you know, this blue man group over here. It's a pretty common notion amongst oppressed groups all throughout history, right? Everybody wants freedom, everybody dreams up fantastical freedom figures to inspire, to help ease the pain, etc. What if that was a real deity? Yeah, that's the idea behind Milani. She's a relatively new god in the grand scheme of things, having ascended to full divinity only in the last century. She was born a half-elf in a community of forlorn elves. Remember, that's elves that have gained lifelong bonds with shorter-lived creatures and can't deal with the fact that all their friends are dying. Can't say I blame them. Milani was raised to believe that the elves would one day return to restore true civilization, elfin civilization, to Golarion. When Tree Razor attacked Kyanin and the elves did not come back to stop him, she embraced her human heritage and used her skills as a ranger to fight demons, basically. For this, Eridan blessed her and tasked her with protecting isolated human settlements, and as Eridan's champion, she famously defended the common folk against monsters, barbarians, oppressive lords for nearly a century. In return for her service, Eridan sainted her and restored her youth, and she spent the subsequent centuries crafting visions to inspire mortals to greatness. Of course, as we all know, at some point, Eridan bites the bullet, and when that happens, having a small portion of the last Aslante's power allowed Milani to gain a true foothold on divinity. Milani is also known as the Everbloom, and she's an outgoing goddess who still very clearly remembers mortal life. Her religion is really young, her religion is really small, so young and small that it takes a personal interest in the lives of its followers. Milani has the ability to directly intervene in the mortal world. Of course, that's constrained, but she often offers advice flavored with familiarity and jokes whenever she's able. She knows that every object is a tool for fighting oppression, from the common scythe to the printing press. She also teaches that a common purpose makes the world greater than the sum of the individual parts. Whether that purpose is to start the revolution, drive out an unscrupulous lender, or just kind of get through a rough spot. The basic idea here is recognize your strengths, acknowledge and compensate for faults, and push past despair to achieve victory. Which I can honestly get behind quite a bit. I'm into it. Anyway, Milani is, of course, chaotic good. Her domains are chaos, good, healing, liberation, and protection. Her subdomains, Azada, chaos and good, defense, freedom, purity, restoration, revolution, and riot. Her favorite weapon is the Morning Star, and her symbol, a rose on a bloody street. To perform Milani's obedience, one must spend time meditating amongst roses you have planted yourself, so you can inhale their sacred scent, whilst offering prayers to Milani. If these roses are not available, you can instead brew tea from herbs and rose petals, and share that tea with close friends or neighbors. Preferred topics for conversation during this tea time include hopes for the future and preparations for times of need, but really the act of sharing is enough. During times of war or conflict, You must instead spend time sparring, preferably with friends or neighbors whom you plan to fight alongside during the coming conflicts. If you are imprisoned and unable to spar, you can instead sing any song of hope or resistance in unison with one or more fellow prisoners. Man, that's like 4 different things you can do. Thanks, Milani. Very diverse. In return, it's a +2 sacred bonus on all saves against charm and compulsion effects, and a +2 sacred bonus on all rolls made to dispel or remove those things from others. Yeah, looks good on all the marshals with horrible will saves. Can't dominate me now. Got that rose power. Anyway, Evangelist Boons. It's command thrice a day, enthrall twice a day, or suggestion once a day. At 16th level, your mere presence bolsters your companions to fight harder in face of even the most overwhelming odds and bolsters their hearts against growing weary of battle. Once per day as a standard action, you can provide all allies within 30 feet of you with a +1 sacred bonus on attack rolls, saves, and weapon damage rolls for a number of rounds equal to your hit dice. Deal. Stacks with all the things. I'm here for it. And at 20th level, even shackles of the mind do not escape your notice, and you can use an inspiring word from the teachings of Milani to help others find the strength to break those shackles. You are automatically aware of any creature within 10 feet of you that is currently under the effects of a charm, compulsion, or possession effect. 3 times a day as a swift action, you can inspire such a creature to throw off the influence, granting that creature a new saving throw to immediately end the effect. If the effect does not normally allow a save, calculate the DC as if it was a spell. If it's not a spell, the DC is equal to 10, plus the source's hit dice, plus its cha. Ooh, what if that came from an int-based thing? Nice! We have an out. The creature gains a sacred bonus on this save equal to your cha. The bonus is doubled if you include a physical touch as part of your invocation to rise up against the effect. In either case, it's language dependent. In either case, oops, no more magic jar. Haha! Exalted boons. It's divine favor thrice a day, spiritual weapon twice a day, or magic vestment once a day. At 16th level, as the patron deity of urban uprisings, the Everbloom grants you the power to appear wherever in a settlement, dungeon, or other tight space you are most needed, or to escape to fight another day. Once per day as a swift action, you can teleport as per Dimdor, but only when you are in an area no wider than your space, and you can arrive only in an area of similar width. So teleport, but only in dungeons and things. You know, half the game. Sure, I'm here for it. And at 20th level, you can call upon Milani's symbolic roses to defend the innocent and the righteous, while stymieing oppressors and their minions. Once per day, you can cast Wall of Thorns. Nice. The walls consist of a dense tangle of roses through which you and other worshippers of Milani can pass with ease. The Wall of Roses heals from damage dealt to it at a rate of 5 hit points per round. It's immune to fire damage and all piercing damage it deals, bypasses DR as if it were good, magic, and silver. Evil and lawful creatures damaged by a Wall of Roses automatically become sickened for the next minute. Man, Milani is 2 for 2. Nice, these are all just really good. Sentinel Boons. It's protection from evil thrice a day, shield other twice a day, or magic circle against evil once a day. At 16th level, inspired by Milani's valor and steadfastness, you refuse to let magic corrupt your thoughts and deny fear any hold on your actions. You are immune to fear and charm effects, and gain a +4 sacred bonus on all saving throws against compulsions. Oh, okay, yeah, that's not bad. And at 20th level, your deeds in faith have earned you the Everbloom's blessing to give your life for a worthy cause and still fight on as she shelters you in battle. As an immediate action, once per day, whenever a single creature within 300 feet of you is slain by an effect or HP damage, you can redirect that effect or damage onto yourself. You gain no save against the effect, and if it kills you, you're restored to life in 1d4 rounds as per resurrection. But once you do that, you can't do it again for a year. On that note, martyrdom is a big part of Milani's faith. Literally just straight out of the book. Milani's priests understand that a revolutionary's work is often rewarded with death, and they accept that they may one day be called to die for the cause. Fortunately, the goddess teaches that the truly devout, who are martyred, saving other people from death or tyranny, will rise again, perhaps even immediately. You know, if you took the Sentinel boon, that just, whoop, back we go. Some priests claim to be the incarnations of past followers of Milani, able to access memories of past lives with the proper magic and meditation, and a follower who was born after Milani ascended to godhood about a century ago, so probably most of them that you'll see in your game can attempt to search for their past lives' memories by casting legend lore. which Milani grants only for this purpose to clerics, inquisitors, and war priests as a 4th level divine spell. The first time a caster attempts to use this, that caster rolls a d4 - 1 to determine the number of specific followers of Milani whose memories he accesses. Each time he uses the spell, it reveals only information known to those individuals, and if the result is 0, the caster accesses no memories, either because Milani says no, or because, well, this is your first go in the faith. So I really like Milani, actually, it turns out. Double-sided faith here, right? During peacetime, we want to talk about good, happy, peace things, but during wartime, we are all about the revolution. Set down the sickle, pick up the morning star, and off we go. We're getting it done. And as someone who's very goal-oriented, someone who's very set goals, then achieve them, who's very, if something bad happens, we rise to that occasion and we deal with it. For the first time in a while, Milani is registering on a level that I kind of missed out on in Wednesday afternoon worship. 100%. Would worship Milani. Honestly, she seems like the perfect deity for the elf dragon disciple for whom my channel is named. Unfortunately, I'm playing Mahariel right now, and he's gone chaotic neutral, pushing chaotic evil because lots of bad things have happened to him and he's not taking it well. But in the original incarnations of that character, yeah, for sure, definitely here for it. And I'm also definitely here for GMing for the revolution as well. I love guerrilla warfare in combat. I love putting players up against odds that are just way, way, way over their heads, and it's on those players to find that tactical advantage, to find some sort of out to shift the odds in their favor, and Milani's followers are all about this. Milani is a good treatise for why we should let our clerics have access to different skills as well. It's one of my favorite things about the playtest that I hope we keep in 2nd edition. Certainly lore warfare would fall right into Milani's purview, though it's not necessarily on the cleric spell list, though, you know, really, I think I could see an Inquisitor first. Because the Inquisitor's real good at being in combat by themselves. If you need to stand in combat with a bunch of peasants with pitchforks, the Inquisitor's so much the better because the Inquisitor's treating all those guys as if they have the Inquisitor's teamwork feats, which makes the Inquisitor the all-star that it truly is. Just super magnified because we all, you know, Viva la Revolucion! What do you guys think about Milani? Have we worshipped her? Has she been in our campaigns? Have we fought? Let me know all about it down right there in the comments. We'll keep that conversation rolling, and thank you guys as always so much for watching. Next week on Wednesday afternoon worship, again by patron request, it's Maikita. Achilles, can you say bye to everybody? Man, this cat is loud in every live play, but quiet when I need him the most. Achilles, say bye. Come on, say bye. Say bye. Meow. Nah, whatever. He's lame. I'll see you then.